Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to get back for another coffee chat. And this is a very important one. As you know, at Dermatology Consultants, we like to stay on top of the technology, bring to you all of the incredible devices, and continue to expand our knowledge and our ability to treat patients with photoaging, sun damage, and just kind of a natural progression and changes in faces and bodies as well, but really focusing on the faces. The month of September is focused on skin wellness, and we find that this is so appropriate to introduce our newest device that we've brought to the practice. The device comes from a company that's called Acclaro. It is an ultra-clear laser that has a number of different modalities within one device. I would like to introduce my special guest for today, Mr. Ryan Keith from Acclaro, who is the company that has introduced us to this great new laser. So welcome. I'm so glad that you have a minute to sit down with me and talk about our newest device.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. Obviously, we're super excited to partner with yourself, Dr. Juno, and Dermatology Consultants. You know, to give a little backstory on myself and the company, I've been here for going on 2 years. But been in this industry for over 10. And what drew me to Acclaro and UltraClear a couple years ago was the innovation behind the technology. You know, our industry is constantly evolving. Absolutely. And your patients are always looking for something new. And in the world of resurfacing and anti-aging, this kind of struck a chord with us, right? The ability to treat all skin types, all age demographics through this new cold fiber laser was really exciting to be a part of.
I know. I am very excited to talk about the laser itself. So let's talk a little bit about the original idea, because it is a little bit different than the currently available devices. Tell us a little bit how.
Yeah, so the founder of our company, Shlomo Asa, has been in this industry for over 40 years, has invented a lot of the technology that we're accustomed to seeing today. And this concept of a fiber laser came up over a decade ago, but the technology wasn't there yet. And so basically the idea is that instead of delivering energy through your traditional ways like you guys have seen over the decades, think about it as like DSL, dial-up internet compared to fiber cable, right? The capabilities of the internet once we went to fiber expanded far beyond what we could think of. It was much faster, much more reliable, much more predictable for your patients. Sure. All things that led to the idea and the conception on let's create a fiber technology that's going to deliver energy differently for your patients, give them a better experience, less downtime, less discomfort, and a customizable treatment for them.
I mean, that's so exciting. Well, let's talk a little bit more about specifics. What is wavelength and how is it delivered? And we'll kind of talk about broadly divided 3 different modalities.
Yeah. So it's the world's first 2910 cold ablative fiber laser. Cold just basically means there's less heat, which means less downtime for the patient. But the way that it delivers the energy is unique. It's incredibly fast, which again is important for your patients in the lack of discomfort, right? It delivers energy very, very quickly, very precise, very customizable for each person. And that is what is kind of majorly different from what you're used to in the previous devices that are out there.
We're so excited about this. So let's talk about the 3D miracle.
Yeah.
We love talking about miracles to begin with, but that is kind of like almost an introductory, very appropriate for really all patients that we see. So let's talk about this a little bit more specifically.
Yep. So, you know, one of the things that's important with UltraClear is the versatility of the device. And we'll start at 3D Miracle first. But, you know, when you look at lasers previously, most of them were designed to address, I would say, later in life treatments, right? We have anti-aging and things as we get older, we all age and we want to address it. But a lot of this has moved towards rejuvenation. How do we take care of our skin? How do we protect our skin over the years? And skin health is very important. And so 3D Miracle is our lightest treatment, but it's really good for people that are focusing on skin health. So, you know, complexion, right? Or focusing on your discoloration, rosacea, pigment, being out in the sun, and just that light glow and that finish on your face. If you want to be brighter, you know, this would be something that'd be great.
We're so excited about this one. I always say in clinic, my happy day is when I get to that younger group of patients so we can make a plan for the future. And I think that ultimately it does change the trajectory for years to come. Yeah. So very excited about this one. The other exciting thing is what you've mentioned already, the cold ablation, which does open it up to our very diverse group of patients. So before we move on to the other two modalities, let's talk a little bit about that, because I know that in Atlanta, in Georgia, we really are so grateful that we are sought out by many patients, and we are a melting pot here in Atlanta. So this is very appropriate for all skin types.
Correct, and that's due to the lack of heat. Right, so when we say cold ablative fiber laser, it's the amount of heat that's put into the skin. And if we can limit the heat into the tissue, into the skin itself, then the patient doesn't have to worry about it no matter what skin color they are. And that's obviously one of the exciting things with UltraClear is the versatility to treat all age demographics, all skin types, which obviously you have a very diverse patient base here in Atlanta.
And we're so thrilled about that. And this is even within this a little bit more superficial approach, very customizable. So there are patients that can be pushed a little bit further. There are patients that can really be treated very superficially. This, of course, affects the recovery. But generally speaking, this is where we're talking about a day or two and really quite easy return to work.
Yeah, and you have very little discomfort, a little bit of burn, a sunburn type of sensation after the treatment, but no topical is needed to do the treatment. You're red or pinky red for about 24 to 48 hours. So kind of, to your point, aids in the patient
And when
experience.
you come, of course, we'll show you fabulous before and afters that do exist. But it really has been just a joy to work with this one, and so many patients excited about this. So let's move on. Literally a little deeper. So, and let's talk about the UltraClear, clear, and maybe to begin with clear. Let's start with that.
So there's different modes. Obviously, the different modes are designed to address different things. Like I said, everything from like discoloration in the skin to fine lines and wrinkles. You guys have the ability to customize it per patient. That's what's unique. Unlike most devices, what are really a subset of the population, it's designed to treat one thing. The different modes allow you to customize everything from the depth to the heat that we're putting into the skin, depending on who you're talking to. And so we can go everywhere from like a light treatment all the way up to very aggressive with this device.
And I think what's exciting is that we certainly have patients that present with a lot of sun damage on the surface. So one of the modes may be appropriate, and there are patients that really look for a little bit more dermal or deeper remodeling to deliver a little bit more energy and create some more collagen production, or a combination of those two may be very appropriate. Again, this is customizable, so with appropriate settings, this could be a very appropriate tool for skin of color as well as for our lighter complected patients. And yes, we do combine these two together. So that is a really exciting approach. And generally speaking, we love our lasers, and we do have a lot of different choices. We've noticed that they are more comfortable, and the healing process is much quicker. And as you move along in life, laxity of the skin changes. And I talk about this because, as somebody has said, that I buy these tools for myself first, and then I share them with patients. So micro-coring or laser coring is really of great interest to me. I think that many of my patients have been on this pathway of 30 years with me, and they use great topicals. We've taken them through different laser treatments, and their skin on the surface can look really fantastic, but the laxity changes happen. And this is a terrific tool to address this a little bit. So let's talk a little bit more in detail about laser coring.
Yeah, so laser coring was an advancement on the machine, right? It's a resurfacing, but I think to your point, the effects of gravity over time, obviously we all notice it. And so what's great about this is, like we're talking about the versatility, you have the ability to combine what is the first of its kind in laser coring. So we're essentially removing a larger percentage of the skin than we would do with the traditional resurfacing modes. And that would allow you to address those areas that you're talking about, like the jowls or deeper fine lines and wrinkles. And so you can customize the two treatments so you can kind of focus on the skin along with the resurfacing components all in one machine as the patient's there with you.
And I think what's exciting is that this is also a tool that we will be extending to the neck. I think that that's one of the areas that a lot of my patients and I talk about, and I think that that's a great advancement. So again, it can be done as a standalone, so to speak, or it can be combined depending on the condition, either with the UltraClear technology for treatment of some of the superficial changes or a little bit more dermal collagen production, and the 3D Miracle for kind of a superficial polish. So I think that that's really is a great combination. We look forward to using it, with all of the lasers that we have in the practice. The idea is that we combine technologies, that we grow with new companies, and then we learn. And we've been very appreciative of your support. I think it's important to us as clinicians to really dive deeply and understand what these technologies do. And hence, I think what the plan will be is to continue that introduction and talk to patients in individualized consults. We will be putting some informational sessions, starting with one that we are opening to our DC VIP patients only. So this is call to action. Join the DC VIP group. It is so beneficial for so many different programs and treatments that we have available at the office in all locations. But for this particular event on September 9th, you have to be a member of DC VIP to learn more about UltraClear technology. We will have our specialist, Dr. Juna, and I will be on site. Our lead laser technicians will be there. One of the leading educators from the company will be present during the event. We'll be able to answer all kinds of questions and really help you decide which combination is best for you. Ryan, thank you so much. I hope we covered it all. I know that I always feel like we'd be talking for hours because this is a true passion for me, but thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you very much.
Appreciate it.